recall the meeting to order. Everybody, please pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lucille, do you want to do the roll call, please?
Of course. Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Glass?
Here?
Vice Chairman Hewart?
Here.
Commissioner Putnam?
Here.
And Commissioner Phillips?
Here.
We should have maybe Chairman Yoli say. She's not here at the moment,
She's
so.
on her way.
Okay, she's on her way.
Okay. Be it that. Okay, well, the first thing is appoint Planning Commission Chairman and Vice Chairman. This is our annual tradition, or, yeah, not biannual, but annual tradition. And should we start with,
Well, seeing that she's not here to deny it, I think we ought to just reassign the two of you to be the chair and the vice chair.
I don't have a problem with that, you guys know.
you know what? That is not a bad idea.
The way we usually do it is that the Vice Chairman automatically becomes a chairman, which in this case would be Vice Chairman Hewart would actually be now the new chairman, and then the commission would appoint, per choice, the vice chairman.
You know what? In a way, actually, I do kind of like that idea because it would be nice to rotate it through everybody. Because I know for a while, we were kind of stuck on one person for years and years.
Okay.
And,
Fine.
yeah, and this way we all get to be chair, all get to be vice chair. But then the critical part is who wants to be vice chair? Is there any volunteer?
Anybody can volunteer, or the commission can either appoint somebody to be the new vice chairman. Can you please speak into the microphone?
Bart, I'll volunteer.
Very good.
Volunteer to be the new vice chairman?
Have to be that specific, yes.
So we have now our new chairman is, I'm going to go ahead and call roll call in a second. Our new chairman is Chairman Hewart, and our new vice chairman, Mr. Bart Glass. Alrighty, let's call to order would be Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Hewart, Vice Chairman Glass, Chairman Hewart,
Aye.
Commissioner Putnam,
Aye.
and Commissioner Phillips. Aye. Forgive me, I'm a bit nervous.
So I have a question. Do we get our new member not till next month, or is she supposed to be here?
She's not here. I've asked that same question. I know she's not going to be here today. So I imagine you'll do it next month.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and please, just so I can hear also, if you don't mind speaking into the
So I think it came to a surprise to her because someone else was being put up as the recommendation, and then that didn't happen. So that's why I don't think the other planning commission is here.
Correct, and I reached out to the new commissioner, Kathleen Smith, and sent her all of the agenda along with some onboarding materials, so we'll be following up, and she'll be joining us in September. It was a little unexpected for her this month.
Okay. Next item is the consent calendar. Michael, is there something you wanted to?
Sure. On consent, right now, all we have are the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. This was from Wednesday, July 22nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make a second.
Second by Bart. Last? All in favor?
Aye.
Is there consent? Yeah. Do we need a roll call for that?
Yeah, we need a roll call. I was
Okay.
pointing to Rocio, sorry.
Thank you, Rosie. Oh,
Reading. Commissioner Kennedy?
Aye?
Vice Chairman Glass?
Aye.
Chairman Hewart?
aye.
Commissioner Putnam?
Aye.
And Commissioner Phillips? Aye. All righty, all ayes.
So the first item on agenda is the public hearing this evening for an application for a conditional use permit for a transient rental and a coastal development permit to allow the renting or leasing of a room or rooms with or without table boards for a period of fewer than 30 consecutive days duration. The property before you right now is a unit within a triplex. It's located at 360 Eucalyptus Avenue. The owner is Corey Hoyt and George Paquette, and the applicant is George Paquette. He's here in the audience as well. The property is located in the high-density zone in the area colloquially known as the Flats. The property is a two-story structure that contains 3 units. The 2 lower units within the property will be rented out as year-round rentals. The 3rd unit, which is under consideration for the conditional use permit, is located on the 2nd story and contains 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The property manager proposed for the property is Veronica Bravo, and her phone number and contact information is included in the staff report. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission find the project categorically exempt under Section 15305, which is the minor alterations and land use limitations of the state CEQA guidelines. As transient rentals also require a coastal development permit, staff is recommending that the Planning Commission make the findings that the property is not within the 300-foot coastal appealable zone for the coastal development permit. The city has received 1 letter of support, and the application complies with saturation and is allowable under the 2020 growth policy.
Okay, any questions for staff about this application before we open the public hearing?
Yes, I have one. Maybe Rocio can answer this for me. The subject property used to be the Anchor Inn for many, many, many years. Did they lose their transient rental permit some years past? How did that work out?
So in the past, it was a hotel, and it actually did have a CUP on one of the units afterwards. They did not comply with the standard conditions of approval by not paying their TOT and business license, and that's why we have them before, applying for one of the units within the triplex.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got a question. Now, is this CUP under, is it a land use permit or is it a business permit? I can't remember.
It doesn't travel with the land anymore, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, is this one of the?
Because it's the first one that's come.
Is this the first one to come in under the new rules that say,
We started to just, you're talking a permit instead of the license?
Yes.
I think.
Correct.
Yeah, we need to take that back to city council. I know you've given us a direction, but we have not gone through that. And Isaac, please pop in if I'm misstating, but I believe we need to take those recommendations to council, and council needs to formally make that
I
change.
believe they did make that decision, correct? I thought they made that decision already, I'm just not sure.
My understanding was we had presented it, and there were some additional questions, and they wanted us to bring it back before they made a final vote, but I don't believe they voted on that.
They wanted to come back to us, or do they wanted staff to make some clarification?
Staff make some clarification and bring it back to council before council voted on that.
Okay.
So this would be a land use?
That's correct.
Okay.
And Isaac, was that your recollection as well?
It is. I think, I do not believe we've had, both city council meetings necessary for adoption of the ordinance. And I do believe also, Michael, that it was something that was sort of brought to the council probably right around the time that the pandemic sort of started. And so it's something we can certainly follow up on to ensure, it gets back in front of the city council and whatever is necessary to complete before they consider it formally for adoption.
So how will that work? Because maybe I'm wrong, but it was a few meetings back. I was under the impression it was already, when I watched it, it was approved. So I don't know what the process after that in order to put it into the municipal code. I mean, is it automatically come into effect once?
No, typically, and Isaac jump in, but typically, once that gets passed, it's usually a 60-day period before it gets implemented, because that would be, if it was a code change via an ordinance, they would have some, there'd be some time for people to provide comment, and you'd have the first reading, the second reading, and then 60 days after the second reading.
So it would take 2 readings to codify.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay, I just don't want to vote on something and then it not being the correct permit, and I don't want it, okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
But we will be bringing that back, hopefully in September for that.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for staff before we open the public hearing? Okay. Open the public hearing. Anybody wishes to make any comments for or against?
In front of a crowd already.
Yeah.
So my name is George Paquette. My business partner Corey Hoyt and I, we purchased this property in pretty rough shape. I'm sure everybody saw it and really wanted to make it keep the looks of it, keep the charm of it, but really put some effort into it. So we have 2 units right now that are monthly rentals. They're already rented. And the 3rd unit we want to have the vacation rental permit for. So that's what we're looking for. And we have there's also a 4th unit on the property that eventually we'll build up and make it a monthly rental as well. But this is what we're looking for now, something to enjoy with our kids and still have a monthly rental for the community.
So you have 2 year-round rentals currently?
Yeah, we have 2 currently, we hope to have 3, and then the 1 vacation rental permit, hopefully.
Where are the other 2 units?
There's 2 units below, so one's in the front, one's in the rear, and then the one we're applying for the vacation rental permit's on the complete top floor. So we built a separate entrance to it through the back, so it doesn't disrupt the monthly...
bungalows you're not using?
I apologize, I didn't hear that.
The 2 units downstairs, are they singles?
Yeah, they're both 1-bedroom units, and they're monthly rentals.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm real familiar with that property, and the upstairs, there didn't used to be, it was 1 bedroom downstairs, and 1 kitchen, and 1 bath. So you've done, so now there's 2 bedrooms, and 2, I don't know if they're singles or whatever, but now there's 2 kitchens and 2 baths?
I'm not sure how long ago you were familiar with the property. We purchased it earlier this year.
I know, no, this was a while ago, but it happens to be, unless it goes off to the side where there used to be the shower and the bathrooms, if it's the same footprint as the upstairs, there's not a lot of room. You know, even if you look at this, if it's the same footprint, it's real tight.
So there's an addition to the rear of the property, not by us, it was done well before us, years and years before, but it kind of L's on the bottom, and the top goes right over the top.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a hangover, and then that's where the additional bathroom is, additional kitchen and living room. So that might be where the different footprint is on the property.
Yeah, but I mean, and with the bungalows, I mean, you've got a door across there, so the first bungalow is still there. Are the other ones still there, or are you going to turn that into a unit?
I'm sorry, it's a little bit confusing for property, but when we talk about bungalows, are we talking about the old hotel units?
Well, if you, whatever, bungalow, cabin, hotel units, they're...
Yeah, so we're using those as storage right now. We just have, we're not using them for anything else. It has sinks in all of them, all the old rooms, but currently it's just for storage.
But you're keeping those as rooms, so that could be even an additional rental.
It's in pretty bad shape. We're going to have to rebuild the whole thing, and that's what we're saving for now.
But if you rebuild the whole thing, then you're putting more units on.
There's already a 4th unit, but yeah, we would fix it up and make it a monthly rental. Correct.
They would have to come back and get a water allocation finding for an ADU.
Because I know the property, so I just was curious what was going on with, and you can't see anything if you go there because of the door. So.
Any other questions?
Property looks great.
I want to thank you for cleaning up the neighborhood.
You really
Looks real
made it
good.
look nice.
We really appreciate it.
nice.
Thank you.
And it was getting old, and
Yeah.
battered, so it really came out
It was
good.
looking haunted for a little bit, so
Yeah.
rather back.
It does.
Thank
It's
you.
ruined the ghost tour, though.
Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
seeing no one else that wishes to speak, I'll close the public hearing. And any comments before a motion?
Michael, do you think it's possible that you read the letter that was sent to by one of the neighbors so that we can have it into the records?
Sure. We received one letter. It says, "To whom it may concern, we are in support of the CUP application for 360 Eucalyptus Avenue, Avalon, California. Respectfully submitted, Luis Scadudo, owner, 348 Eucalyptus Avenue, Avalon, California, 90704.
Okay, thank you. So, anybody want to make a motion?
So moved. I'll make a motion with recommendations from staff to approve this conditional use permit.
Okay.
I'll second that.
With the 5 findings?
Can we include that with the 5 findings?
Any discussion?
I think it's good that they've already got some year-round rentals there. And the fact that he stated if they build another unit, it's also going to be a year-round rental, so 1 out of 3 or 2 wouldn't be bad. I also think it's good that there's tenants downstairs. So if the people are upstairs and they're bothering anyone, they're going to bother your tenants who are going to get to you and say, we want it to stop, or, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's a good,
Balance.
yeah. It makes everyone mind their manners better.
So we have a motion and a second. You want to call for the vote?
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes?
Vice Chairman Glass?
Yes?
Chairman Hewart?
Yes?
Commissioner Say?
Yes.
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
And Commissioner Phillips?
Yes.
All righty, all ayes.
This next one's at Hamilton
Item number
Cove.
2, please.
I'm-
And Rosie is going to take this one.
Live close by.
Just so that we have it into the records, Vice Chairman Glass is abstaining from this item due to a property conflict of interest. Item number 2 for the public hearing is a request for approval for a conditional use permit and coastal development permit to allow the renting or leasing of a room or rooms with or without table boards in a dwelling unit for periods of fewer than 30 consecutive days durations. This is located at Building 9, Unit 60, Playa Azul, Hamilton Cove Condominiums. This project is categorically exempt under Section 15305 of the state CEQA guidelines, minor alterations and land use limitations. The applicant and owner are Kevin and Brandy Brooks. This is zoned in high density. The property contains 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. The floor plan is included in your package. Under the growth policy, Southern California Edison has determined the conversion to a transient rental will not require a water allocation. The application is in compliance with the 2020 growth policy. Secret review, the proposed project is categorically exempt under Section 15305 of the state CEQA guidelines, minor alterations and land use limitation. We are also recommending that you can make the finding to support the coastal development permit based on the appealable area map included below. It is staff recommendation that the Planning Commission make the finding that the project is within the 300-foot appealable zone. And the year-round status, transient rental housing impact statement submitted by the applicant indicates that this property has been used as a vacation rental by owner. Neighborhood impacts. There has been no objections to the approval of CUPs for transient rental use at other properties located within Hamilton Cove. CUPs have been approved for over 65% of the units within Hamilton Cove. And staff recommendation, the Planning Commission finds the project categorically exempt under Section 15305 of the state CEQA guidelines. The Planning Commission adopt the finding necessary to support approval for the coastal development permit including that the property is within the 300 feet appealable zone. And the commission includes in the conditions of approval, I'm sorry, we're not doing number 4. This has to do with the new non-use entitlement. So, yeah. Does commission have any questions for us?
Any questions for staff before we open the public hearing? None? Open the public hearing. Anybody wishing to testify? No one's here. Close, or any written statements that need to be read into the record?
I don't have any, Rocio.
I do not know.
Okay, now close the public hearing. Anybody want to make a proposal?
I'll make a motion to approve the application with the standard findings of the staff.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and seconded.
Sorry, all. This is Isaac. I just want to make clear the motion should be for the recommendations of staff with the exception of number 4. Since, as Rocio mentioned, that's...
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, and since staff pulled number 4, that's what I assumed that meant.
Yes.
Okay, so any discussion on the motion before we call for a vote? Seeing none?
Calling for a vote. Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes?
Chairman Hewart?
Yes?
Commissioner Say?
Yes.
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
And Commissioner Phillips?
Yes.
So we have 5 ayes and 1 abstaining.
I'll get Bart.
Oh, thank you for that.
Next on the agenda, any reports from staff?
Just a couple quick updates for those that just came in yesterday at the city council meeting. Council appointed a new commissioner, Commissioner Kathleen Smith. She will be joining us in September for her first meeting. Also tentatively in September, staff will be working with city attorney's office to bring some training, do a quick onboarding, as well as some additional training. We'll be making these trainings kind of a ongoing, regular item, not necessarily every month, but we'll get some feedback from the Planning Commission on topics, frequency, on duration, on what your availability is, and what we'd like to see. And we'd like to start incorporating some of those trainings into the Planning Commission meetings. And then I just have a couple other quick updates. One, we'll be bringing back the land use entitlement permit issue back to City Council. Once that's codified, we'll give Commission a report. We were also asked to bring back a status update on the development impact fees, and we're putting together a report, and we'll have that for September's meeting. There was also another recommendation to look into grants regarding installation of solar projects, particularly for city facilities, and staff will be reaching out, doing some work on that, and we'll have that in a future meeting as well. And if there's anything else that commissioners would like to see done or to put on the agenda, please let us know. And then with that, Isaac, do you have any updates?
I do not. Michael, I think you covered it in terms of the direction we received on solar and development impact fees, and additionally on our training.
I have a question. I know the last meeting that Amanda's not coming back, correct? Or
Originally we were looking to bring her back, but we have since rescinded that only because of the current financial crisis that the city is experiencing.
So who do we reach out to for questions, or is Rocio now?
Please feel free to reach out to Rocio, but in in lieu of not having another Amanda, right now I'm the acting interim planning director as well.
All right.
So any questions, feel free to contact me directly.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask something just because of last night, the agenda item to appoint the new commissioner? Just to clean things up, do you think maybe it's time we can take off the regulations that you can live up to 2 miles out of the city and you don't need to live here year-round? Because that was done for one specific commissioner. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. In other words, either say you can live at Pebbly or whatever, but that was put in there just for one person who's not here anymore.
We can take a look at that and then report back.
To clean it up, it's just to take one sentence off, but it's, it sounds a little strange in a way.
Yeah, we can certainly take a look at that.
It's a minor thing, but last night I was reading it on the agenda.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's it. Thank you. Any commissioner business? None? Business from the audience? That's you. Mr. Mayor. None?
I just want to invite everyone to a public workshop tomorrow, one at 12 noon and one at 6 p.m. It'll be held virtually. You can find the meeting link invite on our website, cityofavalon.com. It's for the Five Corners Comprehensive Pedestrian Project. You can see the markings that we've laid out for the design. That's part of our demonstration project. And so we're going to have some workshops to discuss it. It's the same project that we've been discussing for the last 2 years. This is a new round of grant funding that'll help us construct the entire project, start to finish without having to phase it. And so this public workshop is part of that, but it's also a great time to check back in because we have had developments in the engineering. So 12 noon and 6 p.m. tomorrow, you can watch online to participate via the Zoom meeting. It'll be available online, Facebook Live for watching, and on our website for watching. And you can also comment on our website under the meetings tab, like you do for Council and Planning Commission meetings. But we recommend if you really want to actively participate, use the Zoom link because that gives you the interactions that we have. It is our first virtual public workshop Zoom meeting, so bear with us if it has some glitches. But we've done some tests, and I think it'll be successful, so I'm really looking forward to it. So we want everyone's feedback, input, comments, concerns about how things may work, and know that the layout as you see it now obviously is not the final design because there's grading, there's changes to the whole layout that actually make the flow work better. But we definitely would love to go over with everyone why we have it laid out the way we have it and what we hope the area adds to the community and pedestrian access, bike access, and makes it a complete street project.
Thank you,
Thank
Jordan.
you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Anything else? Gentlemen? Okay, we'll adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, Tony.
Good night, Tim.
Good night, Tony.
Thank you, Ed.